Kobe Bryant's last game, 60 points, incredible. Team didn't make the playoffs. Michael Jordan's last game, 15 points, in a loss. Team didn't make the playoffs. LeBron James' last game is going to be in the NBA Finals. You're watching In the Zone, the show where we love and cheer on everything NBA players do on the court and then criticize everything they do off. If you love basketball and just talking shit, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos. Let's go. LeBron James! Year 18 might be MVP, might be back-to-back champions, certainly gonna be a billionaire. And we still comparing him to Michael. To join me on today's episode is a very funny comic and LeBron hater, Nick Durie. Nick, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Moses. Nice to be here. I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I'm not a LeBron lover, man.
Okay. Well, that's how we take it. If you're not a lover, you're a hater. You come from the old school, right? So are you still on the MJ train? And every time they try to big up
all the way.
I guess I wanted to MJ all the way. Yeah, I wanted to start there because even when LeBron's doing this, oh man, forget about that. Don't worry about it. Even when LeBron is
high tech,
like doing this, and it's high tech. Don't worry about it. So even when LeBron is like doing stuff off the court and doing this funny, he's still getting compared to Michael. Like it's always just a comparison to Michael, no matter what he does. It's always a comparison, even off the court. And I asked, even as LeBron, what do you see the impact LeBron has had off the court compared to Michael for like even your generation?
Well, so I started watching the NBA in the 80s, and not Jordan's rookie year, but I knew of Jordan and all that stuff. And then it really got into him in like the 87-88 season when he won the dunk contest and defensive player of the year, and he was already the best player of the year because people were ragging on MJ for his defense being bad, and all he was a scorer, and he was like, F you, I'm going to go out and win defensive player of the year. Anyway, in terms of social, I can't even compare. Like, LeBron's done way more social, so I have to respect him. And while I might hate him, I don't. He's never touching MJ in my mind ever. It doesn't matter how many championships. It just doesn't matter. Michael never lost in the finals. We could rattle off all these things, but there's two things about LeBron that always drove me crazy. One, who gets the chosen one tattooed on their back? Come on, man. You can't do that. The chosen one tattooed on your back. Who does that? Number two, when he was first featured as, I think he was just in the NBA, and someone at Sports Illustrated wrote an article about LeBron, and they followed him and his entourage around. And he was in Vegas, and him and his entourage were walking around some casino in Vegas, and LeBron was playing fake basketball as he was walking through the casino. He was like, I
see that video.
And like dunking stuff. Like, who does that? And you've got the chosen one in your back? Come on, man. I'm never going to be in your corner. There's no way.
That's hilarious, because I just had Hisham on earlier to talk about LeBron and he goes, man, like he's a LeBron fan, Lakers fan, and he's like, LeBron is the corniest dude ever. Like he's just a corny dad. Like he's got, so... You're right, man. What are you doing playing fake? Like every time LeBron looks like he wants to have fun and he's trying to joke around, it is lame. It's every time he's laughing or trying to joke around or trying to dance, you're like, this is goofy. This is very like God gave you so much, so he had to take away any of that. Yeah, you can't have it all. I don't know.
Tom Brady's the same way, man. Watch Tom Brady with his teammates.
Goofy. Their dances up to the very goofy. Yeah, when you're when you're the goats, you can't have it all. You're never gonna be able to have it all. They're goofy dudes.
That's right.
That's right. And then the chosen one. Yeah, I don't know when he got that tattoo, but he probably I think when people keep telling you you're that. he starts believing it. So
Yeah.
you go into the tattoo shop and you're like, what do you want? But it is big. You could have got, like, even I have a tattoo on my back, and I was like, you know what? I could have probably just got that in handwriting somewhere, right? Like a little thing, right? You know, here, instead of a big bag. Just get the chosen one, just in like handwriting, right? Just like,
Yeah.
something like that. But he went too big. Even maybe, you know, and who knows, you know. Like I said to you earlier, maybe he'll use all this money to tattoo removal, right? And he'll go, or he'll turn it into something. Maybe he can get a good cover up, and it will just be a big portrait of his family on it. He'll get the faces of all his family on his back or something like that.
But like, what happens if his son all of a sudden becomes like a really good player, and his son's going to be a star, and his son's going to be like, "Dad, am I the chosen one?" And LeBron's going to be like, "No, I'm the chosen one, son."
That's even like you see like even when Will Smith's son Jaden goes, "I'm an icon living," Will's like, "Hey, I'm an icon living. You're the spawn of an icon. You're the
My dad's the chosen one. I'm not the chosen one. Imagine
my dad's the chosen one. Yeah. That's going to be Bronny's first tattoo. Hey, my dad is the chosen one, and I'm happy to be here. You know, my dad's going to help me get to the NBA playoffs my first rookie season by playing on the same team as me. Do you feel like how big of a feat this is to be like almost like a billionaire but still playing the game? Like Jordan got it after with the shoe, and not to go back to the comparison, but like, that's crazy, right? Year 18 to all of a sudden now be a billionaire, still playing and still going to be playing. Yeah.
And still dominating, I think, is crazy. I mean, they always said, initially they said Tiger was going to do that, right? Tiger was going to be the first billionaire athlete who was going to be still dominating. And you can't even say that he's dominating anymore. And after the divorce, I don't even think he's got $1 billion. But and this is what I have to give respect for. Like, LeBron's going to win the MVP this year. He's gunning for the MVP in year 18. That's crazy. Yeah. So $1 billion and you're going to be the MVP. Just because he's like, Giannis, who gives a shit? You know, it doesn't matter. Luka, it doesn't matter. I'm winning the MVP. I'm the best player. So I have to give respect for that. It's incredible. Yeah. He's not Michael, though.
It's wild, though, because they're going to do another comparison. So they were saying, like, he's got $1 billion, and his dream, like, I think one day he said that he wanted to be a billionaire, but also one of his goals, he wants to own a team. So I was looking at, I think, like, if he wanted to own the Memphis Grizzlies, they're like 1.9 million. I got to check the number, 1.2 billion. And then if he wants to own his hometown Cavs, they're like 1.56 bill. But even so, and here's the thing, you're never going to give it to LeBron, even when he runs a team better than Jordan. Even when he's gonna be an owner and he's gonna draft better, he's gonna be able to pick the coaches, and even when like Charlotte's still down, here's what's gonna be wild: when LeBron owns a team, every time whatever team he owns, when they play Michael's team, that's gonna be the biggest thing, because we never got to see them play each other, but now we get to see their teams.
Yeah.
Whoa, I just blew my own mind. That's pretty wild, because we're like thinking we never got to see them, but we get to see their teams that they own and have a big hand in play each other, and then you get to see. But Reggie Miller said it. He goes, if I had to, he goes, the difference. He said, broadcast. He's like, if I had to like play with somebody, I'd rather play with LeBron. But if I had to choose somebody to play for me and win me that game, I'd pick Michael.
LeBron will be a better executive than Michael, that's for sure. And LeBron also dresses way better than Michael. That's for sure. You can take that home. Michael is a terrible dresser.
Well, Michael's still stuck in the like early 90s, early 2000s draft classes where they all have the baggy suits. Like, Michael's still on the baggy stuff. Like, I don't even know where you can get that stuff. And Michael is like ordering the big stuff. Like, he will not You will never see him in anything other than like the golf shorts or a baggy suit, man. Like, and his pants, he's stuck in it, you know. Even Shaq has got tighter clothes now. No, it's wild to get an endorsement from something you never drink, right? Like he signed with Pepsi for a bunch of money, and
Yeah.
he probably never drinks Pepsi a day in his life. Never drinks Pepsi. He like a co-owner of like Liverpool soccer, and he's probably like, I bet LeBron's like the worst soccer player you've ever seen. Like, there's no way he can handle the feet on his like. There's no way. But he parts own, so very smart.
Would he have been the greatest soccer goalie of all time, though?
Oh, maybe we should see that. They should do that, a video of him in net. I bet, you know, his reflect. Yeah. He could have been, yeah, for sure. A 6'8" jump like that, big dude. Oh, for sure. If you're an NBA player, you're LeBron, and if you had to put yourself in that position, what are you doing with that $1 billion?
Man, I'd probably do what he's planning on doing. I'd probably want to own a team just to like reverse this whole thing of like white owner with predominantly black player, just like completely change that paradigm and turn it right on its head. You know what I mean? And like, you talk about player empowerment, that's the epitome of player empowerment. And I think that would just completely subvert the way we think about sports, the whole way we like engage with it. It would just like put everything back in the hands of the players, that this is what's possible. And think about like him in a room with all these white owners. That's the thing, is I hope when he's an owner, he's not an owner the way Jay-Z was an owner. I don't want to not like owner. Like, I want to be like he owns the team. We're not even like Jeter's an owner, but he owns like hardly anything of the Marlins. I want to see like LeBron as the sole owner. LeBron as a Mark Cuban at the table, standing up to like everything about these rich white guys getting richer. That would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, LeBron could own whatever team. He might clear house of all the whites and just straight black across the board, everybody. You know, top to bottom, just the black, just the offset, right? It'll be good to have him in there. Yeah, do you think as LeBron as an owner, do you think he's on the side of the court like Mark Cuban, or is he up in a box, barely at the games owner?
He's courtside for sure, and he's barking. He's going to be even more than Cuban is. I think LeBron's going to be like heavily involved. I mean, look at now, the Lakers don't make a move on coaching, on GM, anything without LeBron's input. So he's already been conditioned to be the boss and to be the one in charge. It's been like that his whole career, basically, except for when he was in Miami, because you had Pat Riley there. But he's been groomed to be the boss. He is literally the chosen one.
It's inked on him. It's inked. Very interesting. LeBron James, billionaire. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have to say about it. My signs fell down. That's the end of it. You know. So that's what that means. So I want to thank you for coming on for me and talking to me for this little sec. Unless you have any last remarks you want to say about LeBron, unless we change your mind somehow.
No, man. Respect. I can't say really too much bad other than he's one of the corniest athletes alive, and he got the chosen one on his back. But respect for everything he's done, and respect for getting $1 billion.
There we go. All right. Thank you so much, Nick Durie. Fantastic comedian, and you got a new podcast out. Yeah, what is it? I'm gonna promote it. What's your podcast?
Thanks, man. Yeah, just started. It's called Starting Out. It's just conversations with comedians, musicians, athletes, business people, entrepreneurs, just about starting something and their experience with it and their fears and anxieties and all of that. And hope to have you on the show sometime soon, Liz.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. Go check out Nick's podcast. I checked out the first episode. Very nice voice on this guy. You know, just sit down, put those earbuds in and listen. So it was good, and I'm looking forward to another episode. All right. Well, thank you, Nick, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, check out last week's video in the top corner. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Do it all. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.